Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we're looking at Wildstorm Rising, #1. Can't wait to show it to you. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and let's get right into it. Alright, so Wildstorm was Jim Lee's branch of Image Comics. The Image forefathers had their own, studios, and they produced their own books. There were people like, Todd McFarlane. Well, I guess they kind of all did. I mean, they had miniseries and one-shots and whatever. I feel like, there might have been some that didn't do it as much as others. But I think it's strange in a way, because it's like Wildstorm Rising. It's like they're having this big, crossover that I feel like, I don't know, it's kind of strange, but I feel like they wanted to be Marvel or DC, in the first 5 years that took the other companies 30 and 50 years to achieve. So, when you do something like that, I feel like it has a little less impact just because there's not as much investment in the characters. And of all the, I like seeing Wildcats on the cover. I love that this is Barry WINDSOR-Smith art, of course. The Image guys were smart enough to bring in some top talent. Here's an ad for Barry WINDSOR-Smith's Storyteller, and this is interesting because it looks like this is before it came part of Storyteller, and I wonder at what stage. So this is 1995, and this art is going to be some Barry WINDSOR-Smith. We'll get to the credits page, but it's basically, he was kind of working with other artists, assistants, and it's kind of a studio situation where he might do layouts and maybe light pencils, maybe some inks, maybe some colors, depending on what the project was. But either way, it's fun. This guy sort of ghosting Barry WINDSOR-Smith does a pretty good job. Sometimes it's a little off. That face is a little, I can't believe it's not BWS, if that makes any sense. Is this Stormfront? I have so zero investment in them. Not that I have 100% investment in Wildcats, but I do think they're pretty cool characters. Even though they're pretty much archetypes or doppelgangers of the X-Men or just superheroes in general, they're cool. They have all the elements you need. They just look cool together. Their costumes are fun and colorful. Maul is awesome. Warblade is awesome. I mean, they're all cool. Let's face it. Here's this gorgeous double-page spread. I don't even care that it's not 100% Barry WINDSOR-Smith. It just looks cool. And actually, that Stormfront guy looks cool. He was always interesting to me, and I don't know his name, but I feel like he looked very, very different depending on what artist was drawing him. And I can't remember who kicked off Stormfront art-wise, but it was one of the art house Jim Lee styles. This is kind of cool, actually, that the book kicks off with, 2 double-page spreads in a row. I'm kind of loving that. And it's funny, because I do see a lot of texture and, line work that looks very much like what Barry WINDSOR-Smith does with the cross-hatching and everything. It's funny, and I wonder, of course I'm not going to, but I wonder what this card is. I want to open it so bad, but I'm not going to. I don't want to ruin the value of this book, even though it's probably in every dollar box in every state across the country. But whatever, I'm not going to open it. How do you like that? This art is just freaking gorgeous. I want to see this in black and white. I think John Floyd is the guy, or maybe Chris Ulm or something, that kind of worked with, and oh, huge Weapon X vibes right there. Wolverine, is that you? It could be anyone in Ed Image. How many Wolverine knockoffs do they have? I always liked Void, too. So what if she's a female Silver Surfer with a flesh face? I don't care. She looks cool. The coloring is pretty gorgeous. I mean, I lament the coloring from this era a little bit because sometimes I think it was too busy and too much, and sometimes made the art a little confusing. but it still had, I don't know, a certain something something. Now, is Void, did she just get like 20 feet tall, obviously? I mean, I would like to think that Barry Windsor-Smith's perspective isn't that horrifying. There's a lot going on here. I don't even know what the story is about. What could it possibly be about? It couldn't be. And I feel like James Robinson's even writing it. That's like no slouch right there. Maybe this was way better than I thought it was. I feel like maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's my ADD or what, or just the fact that I was always mostly in the comics for the art. Like, unless it was something like the X-Men or just one of my favorite creators' runs or something. Like, I didn't retain stuff like this too much. But I feel like I would have got this and been like, oh my God, the art, amazing. Oh my God, I love it. And just been like, about the... And there's another card. This is cruel. Like, how dare you tempt me like that? Like, what if I opened it up and it was like a stupid character by a bad artist? Then I would be like, oh, I just ruined the value of this freaking priceless collector's item for nothing. Union, very cool. There were a lot of cool characters, actually, that the Image founders and created. I mean, I love Gen 13. It's an interesting pattern. That's actually like a really cool looking shot here. I'm digging the layout. Death Blow. That is making me want a BWS Death Blow so bad. I feel like he must have drawn him, like, at least in pinups and stuff. Google search after this wraps. Here I come. To be continued in Wildcats 20. Because, you know, you want to jump all over the place and follow this. BWS, Bialy. Interesting. So, all the way, and this is, like, whatever, images like the House of Art and, like, name recognition and, like, blah, blah, blah. And then you're going to go ahead and have a whole book with names like James Robinson and Barry Windsor-Smith, and then you're going to save it for the last page of this, like, random credits that I might completely overlook. Story, James Robinson and Barry Windsor-Smith. Script, James Robinson. Art by Windsor-Smith Studio. C. Drawings, Barry Windsor-Smith. Inks, Alex Bialy, John Floyd. Color, Eric Hope and BWS. Cover by BWS. VHS. Anyway, look at Z-Lot and her, like, 900-foot-long legs. Which this always puzzled me because I feel like, I mean, was Jim Lee just looking at, like, Rob Liefeld's art or something? Like, why? You know how to draw anatomy. I was rooting for you, Jim Lee. We were all rooting for you. Anyway, very cool. If you guys ever come across this in the dollar bin or more, whatever, I'd pay $3 to $5 for this. Totally worth it for the Windsor-Smith Studio art. Anyway, if you need to fill the void, oh, no pun intended, void in your Image Comics collection, I suggest this. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel, hit like, share my content. See you later.